Brother Maynard, bring up the holy hand grenade. 1, 2, 5.
Please, sir.
3.
Arm yourselves, America. This is Defenders Live.
Hey, here comes the danger up in this club. When we get started, man, we ain't gonna stop. We gonna turn it out till it gets too hot. Everybody sing, hey, tell 'em turn it out till they get no more. Let's get this thing shaking like a disco ball. This is your last warning, I'm gonna see go. I am not afraid of the storm that comes my way. When it hits, it shocks me to the core.
Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday.
How y'all? And it is Thursday.
Yes, not Friday.
Thursday.
Thursday.
It's Thursday, the year of our Lord, May 23rd. Oh, wait, I said that wrong. May 23rd, the year of our Lord, 2019.
Yep.
It was 2019. My name is Dylan.
I'm Steven.
I was going to introduce you. Now, that's just rude.
Yeah.
This is Defenders Live, in case you didn't know.
Dylan was trying for a very terrible British accent.
It wasn't a bad attempt. I can do a really good British accent. That was just literally a phone in.
Yeah.
That was a trying to intentionally be bad, just so we're
Come
clear.
on, let's not do that. Let's not
Let's not do
intentionally
that.
be bad. Let's not be intentionally bad, okay? If we're going to be bad, it's going to be because we are a dumpster fire, not because we are intentionally being bad.
I was gonna say we're already naturally dumpster fire.
Yes.
Anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Well, yes, it does. Come on. It's not, that is A+ material right there, and you need to not phone it in.
I know. You're right. I'm sorry. Anyway, everybody, go to doaeshow.com. That is doaeshow.com.
Mhm.
Check out everything that is Defenders Live, all the archives. You can see stuff. You can buy some gear if you're interested. And if not,
That's okay.
go back. The archive stuff is actually fun enough, I think.
It is. It's fair. It's good to listen back and remember the days when
And giggle.
yeah, because we've had some good shows and we've had some really bad ones.
So,
Ay,
like yesterday's, but we're not talking about yesterday.
we aren't talking about yesterday.
The train wreck that was. Anyway.
Oh gosh.
Also, check us up on all of the social medias. That is at DOAE Show.
Correct.
That is on all of the social medias. That's the Facebooks, the MeWes, the Twitters, and make sure you use the hashtag #ArmYourselves.
Because right now I think Dylan is actually getting more annoyed by it than me.
I don't know. I may. Nah, not really.
Nah,
Not
not
that-
really.
Not yet.
Not
Not yet.
Okay, good. So along with that, also remember, Facebook folks, you are on for another 2 minutes, and then you're being cut.
And we're saying bye-bye
We say
because
bye-bye to the Facebooks.
Facebook doesn't do us any good.
No, Facebook doesn't like us, and so we're not going to give them the
I'm-
business. We're letting you see what we got. If you want to join us, it's you can go to mojo50.com, mojo50.com/MojoTV.
Or mojotv.com, I believe, is what the last email came across. They've redone now.
Right, but either way that you do it, you have to sign up with Mojo50. Become a
Indeed. It's
member.
free to sign up.
Yeah,
but
it's free to sign up, but you just got to do it.
Yep. There's also D Live.
There is D Live, and we are Defenders Live. That's the channel on D Live. That's where you can chat with us. It's another way for us to communicate with you, another video form. It allows us to gain revenues while we chat, which is kind of cool. So the more we chat on the D Live, the more revenues the show makes, and it's better for everybody.
It is indeed.
Yes.
Indeed. I like talking to you guys. Like, ironically, and like on other I say ironically, most other stations and most other shows, and not necessarily on Mojo. I'm not talking about Mojo folks. I'm talking about
Shows.
other shows in general. Most shows don't really care They're just kind of in. They do their thing. We look at this show, as at least Steven and I do, as kind of like we're just all sitting around hanging out and talking. The only difference is we're talking into a mic and staring at computer screens.
Yes, and but we know that you're there. We feel you.
Yes, we absolutely know that
and
you're
not
there.
in Joe Biden way. We feel you, in the wonderful aura that you push toward us. You know what I mean?
Hard no.
On the Joe Biden, I get
on
it.
the Joe Biden, yes.
Hard no on the Joe Biden, I get that.
Yes,
that's fine. Anyway, we do have a big show to talk to you about. So
big.
Why not dive into it? You see,
how big is big?
Well, I'll let you decide.
Is it above average?
Probably. But I'll let you decide. Ilhan Omar says this at Trump voters. Quote, ignorance really is pervasive in many parts of this country.
And she is absolutely right.
She is absolutely right, of course, for the wrong reasons. Omar appeared on the... What?
I said, but she's still right. I mean, she doesn't know quite how right she is.
Yes. But once again, it's for the wrong reasons.
Exactly. She thinks it's because of the supporters for the president, and basically anybody who is against her way of thinking. And actually, we would argue it's the other way around. The ignorance is a bunch of these people fell for, on all sides of the aisle, fell for the social argument of, well, she's a woman and she's a Muslim, and therefore, because of all these minority statuses, we should be letting her in because otherwise she wouldn't get to hand up and blah, 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 blah.
Can I point something out here?
Please point.
Her protected status gives her the arrogance of ruling above us.
Oops, sorry.
See, she feels like she can say whatever the hell she wants to about any of us without having any recompense.
And why is that? Because she doesn't see herself as a civil servant.
Right. She's protected. She feels like she's above us.
She feels
like if somebody says against her, she can use her protection class card.
Yep, she is a lord, or in this case, a lady. She is over us.
Right.
I hate. Hate's a bad word. But yes, the representative from Minnesota on Tuesday basically turned around and slammed all supporters of Donald Trump by claiming America's problem with ignorance is pervasive.
Sure.
She appeared on the nation's, quote, Next Left podcast with host John Nichols to discuss the various issues, including the intelligence of Trump supporters, which, we all know the first rule of trying to work anything out or do anything is, call people ignorant.
Of course.
Or call their intelligence into question, period.
Yeah, that's kind of a problem. So let me ask you a question. You ever seen John Nichols?
No, I can't say I've had the pleasure.
Okay, well, so he has a picture up from The Nation. He's a little bit older than the picture that he has up from thenation.com.
Oh, good.
But he's, let me give you a description. He looks middle-aged.
Okay.
Typical white man. But
I had a feeling with a name like John Nichols. Look, with a name like John Nichols, yeah. I'm sure that just adds to it. But I with a name like John Nichols, I didn't expect his ancestry to hail from like the Caribbean or anything like that.
I know, I get you that. I'm right there with you. But I'm just saying he's a ginger, typical white man, mid-40s, got the glasses. Actually, very similar to mine, except for they have no underframe.
You don't have an underwire?
He doesn't have an underwire. So he lets it all hang out. I'm just saying.
He has no support. There's no lifting
support
and separating.
structure at all for his glasses. And that is terrible. Your eyes need support, sir. Have you not seen the bags under your eyes? You need support you need that underwire for your glasses, buddy.
Droopage and saggage, man. Droopage and saggage.
And saggage. I'm just saying, it's terrible. I don't mean to go up to that, but he is not, quote, the next left. He's an
God.
old guy. Okay? He's an old white man, and by comparison, he cannot be considered the next left.
No, I may.
So for him to have a show called The Next Left is really funny.
Maybe it's called The Next Left because it refers to the people he has on as guests and not him. He was the original left, but he is now the show centered around the next left, which would explain theoretically why the representative from the great state of Minnesota was there calling Trump supporters and basically most all right-wingers retarded.
Sure, why not?
She didn't say retarded. She didn't. She said that, how ignorance is pervasive.
And it's, well, here you go. This is from Nichols, John Nichols. He said, quote, "So suddenly you're elected, and you had this teaching moment. It strikes me that in watching you're a conscientious, you are conscientious of teaching moments and of that opportunity to say something that might cause people to think differently about what's going on." Omar said, U.S. voters would, quote, "have a misconception," end quote, about refugees and the process they face into the United States. She went on onto specifically targeting Republicans in her criticism, saying that, quote, they are really good at misinformation and sort of really reorganizing facts to sort of paint a picture that really eventually is not rooted in facts. Now, I'm going to say that again because the word really was said about 10 times.
Wow.
They are really good at misinformation and sort of really reorganizing facts to sort of paint a picture that really, eventually, is not rooted in facts. Dylan Lyles over in the...
I have a question. How do you
Lyles,
sort of really do anything?
You really...
Kind of one or the other?
Well, yeah.
Isn't that like
just sort of do it? It's sort of really...
It's like really another way of saying, like, I feel like do or do not. There is no try. That's what I heard right there. That's, she reading this, I'm beginning to wonder if the ignorance isn't sitting with her as well. You're supposed to be a very well-educated, borderline elitist, trained and educated representative of a state. You're theoretically supposed to be eyeballed as like top tier, the best of the country. That's what's supposed to be anyway.
Yeah.
And you can't speak a complete sentence.
No, I mean, you can't.
Look, we do this for a living, and I will admit that I run into problems. And a lot of it is because I try to remember new words and things, so I'm not saying the same word over and over and over again.
And you also, sometimes you get flustered.
Yes, and so what happens is I think I have it, or I lose track of what it is, and I don't, it sounded great in my head, but getting it to vomit out across my tongue is another idea. But with her, like, this is eye twitching. This is painful to even hear someone else read it, let alone to see it.
It was difficult to read.
Oh,
it's difficult to read.
And they're saying they are really good at misinformation. Really?
Yeah.
Have you look? We didn't do it. We didn't do it, and I don't know if we're going to bring it up at this point or not, but there was a story that Steve and I, when we were doing prep today, had come across. It was actually a local story that got picked up by Fox. It was about this, what was it, an RV sales place out towards the mountains out in Statesville.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And what I think it's and what had happened was
the flag ordinance one, yeah.
Yes, they had got approved to put an American flag. They're inside the city limits. They had been approved to hang or to fly an American flag.
Yes.
So the owner of this property went and got the biggest effing American flag he could possibly get. Now, granted, it's been there. Yeah, America, straight up. So the state or the Statesville, this town is pissed. They've been trying to get him to take it down, trying to get him to take it down. Now they've actually taken the whole thing to court. He's being fined and everything else. Well, if you read it just based off of Fox, it comes off as this poor man, this private business owner is being, just picked on because of he can't fly an American flag and blah, blah, blah. But they never mentioned the ordinance. So Stephen and I, mostly Stephen at that moment because I was folding laundry, but he goes, you know what? Hold on. Tick, 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 tick. Pulled up the ordinance and found out that the city had actually authorized him to have, what was it, a 40 by 25. That was it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And this guy said, ho, I'm going to do what I want to. And he made it bigger just to be a jerk, to paint himself into a spot when they would turn around and complain about it. Then now suddenly he's a victim. He can't fly a flag on his own property, blah, 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 blah. And it's really not entirely the truth. It's no different ultimately than being in an HOA.
Yeah.
If you live in an HOA, a lot of you know that it can be really strict and really a giant pain in the tail sometimes.
It can be a giant pain in the tuchus.
The same thing. Well, yeah, and the same thing is around here in Wake Forest. Like if you, and those of you that have never been here, when you guys, if any of you were coming down for Tar River Arms opening,
it is like one giant community.
It is.
By that I mean it's one giant subdivision of Raleigh.
Basically, and you're not in a lot of you will see signs next to the road, but they're the way they have them, they're so far back in certain instances, they don't. It's really weird. They don't allow signs next to a road of any kind, and so that's the ordinance for the city. And the point of this whole matter is going. I know it's a long way to the well, but the point of this is we're at a point where everything that comes out of virtually anybody's mouth, but especially the media and especially politicians, you have got to take and look into yourself, because if you don't, you're going to sit there and go, oh, well, this poor guy couldn't have his flag. Or you look from the other side and go, yeah, tell him he can't have a flag. And if you really look into it, it was a non-story from get-go. But we're being lied to by the media. We're being lied to by people like Miss Umar. Yep. We're being screwed over by all of it, and a lot of people are just taking it hook, line, and sinker. And it's so sad.
Yeah, well, the problem with that is, so she did have a point. You're right. She does have a point, because that wasn't a politician, though. That was just Fox News.
Yep.
That was Fox News. But I will say this. Every politician knows the art of telling a lie. They have it down. If they didn't, they wouldn't be a politician.
Yeah.
Except for maybe, what's his name? That one guy. Crenshaw.
Yeah, Crenshaw.
He probably does lie, he probably does lie, and he probably lies a lot, but
beg your pardon.
He doesn't seem like a liar. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, that's definitely
he
not
comes across
his
very genuine.
His MO for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Now, do you know the MO of all these leftists, man? They're crazy.
They are crazy.
The left is horrible with all their crap, and their MO is to be unhinged.
Yeah.
To have that media bias and to really screw us up.
And to censor everything, to get you into a certain way of thinking, to get, if you have a certain set of thoughts, to try and, through organizations and whatnot, try to get you to think, oh, well, we're, I don't agree with him, but we're outnumbered and we're doomed. And this is just how it is. And it's not the case.
That's right. It is not the case, but they want to censor you anyway. And when they do that, you're also funding that, unless you're talking with Patriot Mobile.
Yes, we are.
So, that's the thing. By the end of the month, I will be, because I'll be able to transition. Yay! So by the end of the month, I will no longer be supporting Big Mobile, nor will I be supporting the crappy causes of the left, because I will be supporting Patriot Mobile with my cell phone company. Thank heavens. Thank heavens.
Now, I have to finish paying off my phones. I was an idiot and went with the lease program thing, and they're not paid off for another 2 months. So.
Well, I have to pay off my phones as well.
Mm-hmm.
But the good thing about that is you pay it off, and then they'll pay you back, basically.
Yeah. No,
up to $500 a line or $1,500 per account. Now, don't wait, guys. Go check them
don't
out today. They have been able to give over $2 million to support your constitutional rights. Join the cause with us. Go to patriotmobile.com/mojo50, patriotmobile.com/mojo50 today. It's amazing.
Let's see. That guy in Louisiana over on Twitter's. If it was a rainbow flag that big, would they have complained? And again, going back to
Yes.
Yeah, they actually would have, because going back to the looking at the ordinances and based off the city, as stupid as it sounds, it really appears that the guy who owned the property went through the channels, at least initially, to get permission to fly said flag.
Yep.
And they gave him a set size, which is the same as the rest of the city, and he went, I'm going to do what I want.
Poo-poo on you.
Poo-poo on you.
That's
and
right.
so and again, it becomes one of those things, and I same thing if you move into an HOA and they say you can't have a flag, it doesn't matter, then you can't have these flags and they're all over the news. Well, they told me I had to take it down. Well, yeah, because you chose to live in a place that says they can control your property.
That's right.
That's your fault. Your fault.
That's your
not
fault.
ours.
Your fault. And you know what else?
What else?
Woody Harrelson and PETA.
Which a wooden PETA is just weird.
A Woody PETA is really weird. A Woody PETA is a terrible thing to have. I hope it never happens to you.
I could just hear like really sad music and like some doctor in a lab coat holding up a pill.
Yeah.
You
Do
suffer
have
from
Woody PETA?
I know I did.
But
20
anyway,
years of my marriage, I had a Woody PETA.
exactly. Woody Harrelson and PETA have come together.
In a union unseen before in the histories of man.
To ban to urge a Texas governor to ban bacon bash.
Hard no.
Exactly. See, the actor Woody Harrelson has joined forces with PETA to push Texas Governor Greg Abbott into banning the annual Bandera Bacon Bash, claiming it violates animal cruelty laws.
Time out just for a second.
Sure, thanks.
So they're going to push Governor Abbott, who's paralyzed from the waist down and has to be in a wheelchair.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, like the minute I heard push, all I could see is them going, and push. I'm a horrible person.
You are terrible.
You really, you think that like obviously PETA couldn't have done it itself.
Right.
And so this is something that they went, hey, let's get a celebrity to get in on this and it'll make it good. And so they went for Woody Harrelson, who I would argue is a low B, high C actor. He gets into a lot of movies that have a lot of play for him. But in the end, like he's never like anything, there's no real pizzazz.
He's Woody Harrelson.
Yeah.
He's Woody Harrelson playing Woody Harrelson in every movie.
Pretty much.
Who are you? I'm Woody Harrelson. I mean, the best job that he ever did playing in a film was in freaking Austin Powers when they were just making dick jokes.
Oh, that's right.
And a waitress was, and they were doing the big boy, and the big boy was in the air. Look, it looks like a giant pecker.
Woody.
And the woman said, and then look, it looks like a giant Woody. What would you like to drink? You know, that whole thing.
He's the only actor that I'm aware of that I can think, and there are probably others, but he's the first one that comes to my mind, that all the roles that he plays are built around him and not him morphing into the character.
Right.
They literally go, hey, this story needs is Woody Harrelson.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
hey, you know what we need for this comedy? You know what we need for this comedy? Woody Harrelson. And you know what we need before we get to the commercial break?
A tragic teen drama?
No, Ministalgia's Grilling Sampler Pack. Go get it today, mojowildrice.com. Use the promo code GRILL10. GRILL10 is the promo code. Go to ministalgiawildrice.com. Go check it out today. You have your garlic and herb seasonings, your jerk seasonings, your wine jellies, your jalapeno peppers, and your maple sugars, all in one set. Go check it out today. We'll be right back. And we're back.
Wow. I did not mean for it all to go like that. I figured we'd have more time. Holy smokes.
No. We were cutting it close. Cutting it close. Look, apparently Zig the Trucking Gator is very sad about Woody Harrelson.
Why? Was he like, did you have like a man crush on him or something?
I think he had a man crush on Woody Harrelson.
Really?
Yeah. Apparently he likes his comedy.
What comedy?
Exactly.
The only movie I even found him even remotely entertaining in was Zombieland, and he was an alcoholic for most of it.
Yeah.
So, and it was always like the only thing, and he was after the Twinkie. That was it. After that, it's like, I've never. He ends up in movies that you are looking and go, really? Woody Harrelson's in this movie? Like Hunger Games.
Yeah.
Who the hell thought?
Woody Harrelson.
Out of everybody?
Woody Harrelson.
And he was. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I just. I don't go to the movies to ever think of watching him. I need to put this on here. I don't have it.
What? What do you
Be
need to put?
striked.
What do you need to put where?
I need to have it on my board.
Oh, that you should be striked? All
I
right.
don't have it. I had it.
I'm joking. We got 30 seconds.
You're a jerk. Oh, I do have it. I gotta move it.
All right. Let me see here. Got everything going through. Yup. Okay. Now shush. And we're back. This is Defenders Live on Mojo 50 Radio. You can find us pretty much anywhere that you can find podcasts or listening. But you can also find our video over on mojo50.com/Mojo TV. You can find us on DLive, which is a dlive.tv, and we are Defenders Live is the name of the show. We're also on YouTubes and the Periscopes and pretty much everywhere else except for Facebook.
I forgot we were on Periscope.
Yeah, we're on Periscope, so you can actually watch us live on Twitter if you want to. It's just fine. It's not a big deal. But if you like to listen to us, it's iHeartRadio, and you go to the Mojo 50 Radio app. We are there along with hundreds of others.
Hundreds
of others, and by hundreds I mean there's about 30 of us on this station now, and that's amazing because it's grown exponentially since the start of the year. It's been great, and it's awesome.
Leaps and bounds.
Leaps and bounds. Check them all out. Mojo 50 Radio, Mojo Radio, mojo50.com, mojo50.com/TV. It's all there.
Lord.
Be there, be square. What? What's the Lord? What's the Lord for?
Okay, so.
Uh-huh.
Zig the Trucking Gator over on Twitter.
Yeah.
Did you hear about the drummer who decided to name all of his daughters the same name?
No. That sounds stupid.
And 1, and a 2, and a 3, and a 4.
Oh. That was a bad joke.
Oh, and apparently we needed.
What?
I was trying to pink effing Freud. I can never say that word. Freud. Yeah, thank you. Apparently, it's also throwing out the idea of basically a comparison of Woody Harrelson and or Christopher Walken to also being the same way. Basically, plays the same person, same thing. He's even when he tries not to be, it's the same character, and he's right. Forgot all about him. He's at least like. I don't know. For some reason I find him a tad more entertaining, and not by a lot.
What?
And
Christopher Walken?
Yeah, maybe
that's
it's
because
the voice.
he's Christopher. I mean, look, Woody Harrelson is Woody Harrelson, and I get it. But Christopher Walken actually has some sort of good jokes about him. He understands who he is, and that he plays himself. He knows he plays himself. I think Woody Harrelson actually takes himself too seriously.
He thinks he's got talent, yeah.
Yeah.
But Woody also, I mean, not Woody Harrelson. Christopher Walken has the voice, though. It's the inflection. He's got it, and he knows that.
He knows he has it, and he knows that everybody tries to repeat his voice, and that nobody can. It's like he can't do anybody else's voice, but everybody tries to do his. Freaking love his voice. Did you ever see the Saturday Night Live where he had the Christopher Walken family reunion? Yes. That is so. Everybody as a Christopher Walken. Everybody, including like the black guy that they adopted. Look. So good. Now, Chris, good to see you here tonight. So Thank you. Chris. I'm afraid of the dark. That's why I have my dolly next to me. Yes, young Chris. It's amazing, really. But see, that's what makes him good. Like, Woody Harrelson has nothing. Right. It's nothing about him that makes him stand out other than people go, oh, good him. You know? Right. It's that guy again, Mom. Look, okay. It's Woody Harrelson. Okay. Oh, I know what it was. I was thinking of Woody Allen, too. I get Woody Allen and Woody Harrelson mixed up. Well, that kind of makes sense because Woody Allen's a pedophile. Yes, he is. Woody Harrelson, Woody Allen, pedophile, not so much. Okay, both white guys, basic. Pedophile, bad actor. Both basic white guys. It's okay. It's there. Anyway, I've got good news. We do have good news. I have good news. We were going to get to it last half here, but we kind of ran over time. Did you know that there was a recent bust? A bust of what? Like, whose bust was it? Well, it was a bust of an international ring of pedophiles. Oh, that's not the bust I was thinking of. No, not the bust you were thinking of. This is not the bust you were thinking of. Usually starts with something like this. That's usually the bust that you're thinking of, but this is not that bust. What I'm talking about here is there was a ring of international pedophiles. 50 children have been rescued, 9 people arrested in the Interpol investigation into the pedophile ring. The arrests were made in Thailand, Australia, and in the U.S., and more are expected. That's insane. No, what's insane is that this investigation began in 2017. That's what's insane. It started in 2017. Well, I'm just saying what I mean by insane is the fact that, you know, and again, we're in a country right now where racism is thrown around constantly, and the first thing that most folks that are involved or blamed for racism, the accusers always roll back to slavery days and everything else, and nobody bothers to take a moment and go, slavery is happening right here, right now, and it's not just slavery, but it is also pedophilia. So, I mean, not that one thing is actually worse than another, but I would call this 2 strikes in one go, because you're kidnapping young children, you are sexually assaulting them, and then you're turning around and holding them against their will. That's called slavery. That's something people should be pissed off about. Not, oh well, I got pulled over, and just because I wasn't, you know, I whether or not I was speeding or not, I felt like I was a victim, and so I should be. No. This is legit slavery, and it's amazing that it's still going on. I mean, I know it'll always go on until Jesus comes back, but it's this big. Let's put it that way. That's what shocks me, is how right. Well, and I get you. By the way, side note. Mm-hmm. Asking for a friend Jack Cole on the Twitter said, at Dylan Lyles, watch how you talk about Christopher Walken. Say it again and I'll stab you in the face with a soldering iron. I love that movie. Hashtag arm yourselves. You want to fight? Huh? Got these mics right here? Another right here? Test 1 2. They're on. And they're no. You know, Dylan. Joe Dirt. Joe freaking Dirt. It's amazing. You know what's also amazing? What's that? Bridge Zone.
Why do you always have to make me feel like a fatty?
Because I'm also a fatty.
You are not a fat. Shut up.
I'm fat for my size.
And so was Michael Jordan.
Yeah, but he's also 6'7", so who cares?
But he was also an athlete.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
During the time of his athleticism, they said he was obese.
Jordan?
Yes.
Dude, he was a lanky twig. What are you talking about?
I know. This is why I don't believe what most folks say is considered obesity.
Whatever. You know what? You need to check out Ridge Zone.
I do. And you do too. Everyone does.
I do. Everybody does. Unless you are, and then eat something. Don't be anorexic and take Ridge Zone. That's a bad idea. But everybody else in America needs to look at Ridge Zone because it's America's first weight management supplement of OEA. OEA is a natural metabolite of olive oil, but it's also produced in your body. As you get older, though, your body produces less and less of it, which makes it harder and harder for your metabolism to stay active, and also makes it harder for you to control your appetite, which means that you eat more and you metabolize it less. You see, Ridge Zone, because of the OEA, helps you consume less calories during the day because it helps you feel fuller longer, but it also boosts your metabolism so that you can burn that extra fat off. It's not a stimulant. It's naturally present in the body. It's patented and FDA approved. Go to riduzone.com. That's riduzone.com. And if you go to the website right there on the top, it has a 30% off 3-month special. It's 30% off 3 months. It is amazing and wonderful. You should check it out today. riduzone.com.
Oh, rough roads ahead over on the MeWe's, saying that child trafficking, that's called a reason for summary executions.
Yes, it is. It is definitely.
I completely agree.
Mm-hmm.
Like
completely.
it's I hate to waste the bullet, but
That's why you get a knife.
You got to. Do what?
That's why you use a knife.
Oh. You throw a knife?
No, stab him in the face.
Oh. I have a certain set of skills.
Be like Bullseye or whatever.
Yeah. But not the Colin Farrell and
not the Colin Farrell version. No.
Oh, that's
the real one.
The real one, because that Colin Farrell one was like a
weird.
I felt like he was dropped on his head as a kid.
Yeah, well, so are most of our congressmen.
I see what you did there.
See, the House is about to pass. The House just passed a bill making big changes to your retirement system.
Oh, good, because that's what we need is the federal government telling me what I can and cannot do with my retirement.
Well, here's the thing. They have been for many, many years, and they're going to continue to, especially if it has anything to do with taxes.
Of course it does, because God knows they have to have their share.
Yes, well, so the age cap for contributing to IRAs has been repealed, among other shifts in legislation that's going to move to the Senate. So what this is really going for, 401k type accounts and things that convert balances for a steadfast income to make sure that as you age, you have an income going through, yada, 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 right?
Yada, yada.
Yada, yada, yada. If you don't know what a 401k is, look it up. Look it up. If you don't know what a 401k is, you're probably younger than 30. And I'm sorry. But it's basically a savings program so that as you go through your careers and your jobs, it's a way for you to put away a little bit of money that's been either tax deferred or that you've already paid taxes on, that you don't have to worry about paying taxes on the gains of that income because it's in the 401k type of account. Of course, there are different types of 401ks. There's IRAs. There's a whole mess of different retirement things. The things that they want to do, they want to build in a dang it, I gotta freaking read the words now. An annuity. They want to build in annuities inside of 401ks.
Because that's, what we need is the government putting their tentacles further into what ultimately in a lot of cases actually is a privately set up, privately done, privately ran account.
Yeah.
The government, stipulating that. Thank you, government.
Yeah. So the government is now stipulating that for the people because everybody's living longer, right? And so their retirement funds aren't holding out for these people.
Okay.
And what they're meaning by that is it's to the point to where you're living longer than your retirement is set up for. Now, that's technically your fault.
That's not technically your fault. That is your fault.
Yeah, it's completely your fault that your retirement does not outlive you.
Yes, either you have not saved up enough,
or you did something wrong,
or I would say either you didn't save up enough, or you're living too extravagantly.
Right, and those are
really
all
one of the two options. I mean, there is obviously the chance. Well, somebody, but I think you. My humble opinion. There's other ones, I'm sure, but predominantly you're either living outside your means, or you retired too early. You're like, oh, I'm 65 now. I can collect Social Security. And I bet you that's a big part of it, too.
Yes.
As people go, they get, say, half or even 3/4, let's be generous, of a 401k saved up from, however many years of working. But they assume that they're going to get something, worth living on from Social Security. They hit 65. Oh, it's time for me to retire. I've got plenty of my years. I've got this stuff plus this coming. And Social Security never follows through. Or if it does, you don't hardly get anything. And then people are
you get like $200, and then that's basically just some food money.
If that, you know.
So that's kind of the deal. And so what they're trying to do is they're trying to make it so these annuities, they're built in. So no matter what you actually have in your retirement account, it gives you only a set amount of income per month. The exact same number gets paid out per month based upon how much money you have extended over X amount of years based upon average life expectancy.
That's so stupid. So again, to basically say you're too stupid.
Right. You're too stupid to do your own finances. So the government is now instituting that they're going to put in all of these little stopgaps because you don't know how to do your own finances, or you don't know how to pay somebody to do your finances.
Well, and I mean, and I get it. It is you don't want to get screwed, and people shouldn't have to be screwed. And I get that. But it's not something that the government should be getting in the middle of.
Well, it does. Well, it is one of those things because the government is still tied to getting money from your taxes.
And again, I got that part of it, but they can't. You're basically all this is taking retirement programs, the 401ks, the Roths, the IRAs, all these little things, and they're turning them into other versions of Social Security. That's all it is. And once they can start manipulating and saying, oh, well, you don't, now you get this much based on this much based off of your age. Screw you, Sally. If I want to retire and take my money, I'm going to take my money and retire. And there's not a whole lot you get to do.
Yeah, go on, take your money and run.
I just stay the hell out of my wallet. Government, God, can't do nothing.
I hope somebody catches that earworm later.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Who?
You never let me do what I wanted to. God.
I know. That's fine. I am going to let you do what you want to do.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Let's go to Tar River Arms.
Do you want to go to Tar River Arms?
Is it too early?
No, it's not too early. We can go to Tar River Arms.
It's early to go to Tar River Arms.
We can go to Tar River Arms.
You can go. You know how we can do that? You go to tarriverarms.com.
Or traguns.com.
Isn't that what I said?
Yeah. No, you said tarriverarms.com.
I always get that mixed up.
Either way, they're the same thing.
It is true. It's the same thing. It is a.
That's true.
Very same thing, and and the reason why we can do that now is because they're online. I can look and browse guns.
I did so in my pajamas. I ordered a gun or two.
In your little cowboy jammies.
Actually, my flannels.
Well, still wearing flannels now, man. Good Lord, I got too hot. It's too hot for me.
Well, my house is like 60 degrees.
Oh yeah, no. See, I keep ours at 72.
No, can't do that.
Yeah, I can't. I got it. Well, my house is a lot bigger than yours. I can't.
Hard no.
I can't pay for the electric bill. For...
Wait. How big is your house?
It's way bigger. It's
No, really. How?
I got 5 bedrooms.
Yeah, but that's
Hold on. The last listing was like 17.5.
it's not way bigger. Come on, it's 400 square feet.
Where is it?
Yeah, it's only 400 square feet. It's not
Maybe
that
I'm
much.
thinking it's only bigger because I have more rooms. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It feels
I mean,
bigger.
you're 400 square feet bigger. Then that's true. But at the same
Oh,
point in
and they're
time-
also probably counting the back deck. You know how weird they get about that stuff? Counting
That
the
is
back deck.
really
Anyway,
odd.
this
But
has
anyway.
nothing to do with Tar River Arms.
That has nothing to do with Tar River Arms, but you can go to tarriverarms.com, tarriverarms.com today. Use the promo code Mojo50 at checkout. You get $25 gift card plus any order over $600 or more gets you free shipping to any location that you need to deliver that is an FFA dealer. So that's tarriverarms.com, Mojo50 at the checkout to get you that discount. It's amazing.
Gotchas. It's good stuff. So, over on the Twitters.
Yeah.
Robert and I
Mm-hmm.
got the earworm, Steven.
Thank you.
So, at least somebody does. And she was so nice enough to do hashtag arm your elves.
And other things.
With arms.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
So, she did just for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, Sarah the Jackhole got it. Apparently, Go Take the Money and Run is by Steve Miller Band.
It is.
Pink Effin' Freud.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just a goofy old carpenter, but even I know that annuities are about the dumbest blank you can do with your money, regardless of who's running it. Abso-daggone-lutely.
I mean, if you have a structured settlement and you need cash now.
Shut up. It's my money and I want it now.
I hate that commercial so much.
I do too, especially considering that's what I have my mortgage through. I would refinance, but like the interest rate's so daggone low, like I can't top it. If I change it, I'm gonna screw myself. So
So speaking of hard nose,
Hard no.
Even worse. Speaking of just government screwing things up.
Inconceivable.
I know, right? Well, in this case, it coming from the great state of California, governor, who is known as Gavin Newsom, is reportedly called the surging homelessness in his state a national disgrace. Yeah, he announced his formation of a task force to solve the problem. Sorry, it's got me all tore up inside with the homeless people and no place to live, and I have to. I'm not laughing. These are tears.
Are they
tears?
Tears?
Clown.
Yeah, I was
Tears
about
of
to say
clown.
tears of a clown. Yeah, thank you.
Tears of a clown. According to the Ventura County Star, quote, Governor Gavin Newsom called growing homelessness in California a national disgrace, noting that in Oakland, where he spoke, county officials had estimated a 43% rise in homeless people over the last 2 years, which Newsom opined, quote, these are jaw-dropping numbers.
Yeah.
Quote, well, duh. If you have a town that, the homeless rate jumps 43%, there's a problem there.
There's a big thing about California. California has basically perfect weather.
Oh my God, I loved it, dude. It's the country that everything about California, with the exception of the government and the people running it.
Yes.
California literally is the perfect place. I believe, like,
if it weren't for the people in there, if it weren't for the people there, California would be perfect.
This is true. That's absolutely it. Well, the government. That's true. But it's one of those things that I would equate. If anybody's been to California and it probably would agree with me. To me, it's about as close to heaven on earth as you get.
Mm-hmm.
Like it really is. It is almost perfect weather year round. The oceans are gorgeous. The beaches are amazing. Even the deserts and outside it's just beautiful.
And I really think it ruins people for that.
Well, I was gonna say, and then the government has come in, and the governors and the city councils, not just from the statewide, but on down to local levels, have ruined that that state beyond repair. And now this douchebag has the balls to turn around and go, well, this is just a national disgrace. Well, you're in charge of the state there, pumpkin.
Do you want to get striked?
I hate when you do that, because I start getting on a roll and end up just like, son of a bitch, like snap out of it. I hate that.
No, that's the point, to snap you out of it. No, the biggest thing with this is funny because with the weather the way it is, okay, and with the government the way it is, California is actually the prime location for vagrancy.
Yeah, it is. The only other place I think that tops that is Hawaii, and that's not, that's way the hell out there. If you can get there, by God, it's okay. It's aside from volcanoes, but California is very much that. You can live outside. I mean, obviously, the further north you get, the more normal, seasons you get snow and all that jazz. But from everywhere from about LA down, it's not bad. It really isn't. And which is odd, especially when you get to like San Diego, which is, this far low in California as you can get. Even that is still just the weather's nice. The land is beautiful. The people are great. The government is a problem. That's if we had a running theme tonight. Government is a problem.
Government is a problem. Now, I think Gavin Newsom wants to do what I think is what he wants to get. He wants to develop a task force, and the task force he's asking for $1 billion.
$1 billion.
$1 billion.
To do what there, Tonto? What exactly is that $1 million or $1 billion going to do?
To deal with homelessness.
What are you going to do? Are you going to put up shelters like actual
Nope. Nope.
They can't, because it wouldn't do anything. Not for $1 billion. Not out there. Cost of living's too damn high.
The rent is too damn high, party.
I wish we could get a good sounder from that.
I know that guy. He always has so much in the background. It's hard to really get those situations there. But they're gonna make a policy, and they're gonna start a whole bunch of stuff, and they're talking about familyless crap, and it doesn't.
It doesn't do anything. It doesn't change.
It doesn't change anything. It's not going to change anything.
Nope. What changes homelessness? Jobs. How do you get jobs? How about stop having so many ridiculous rules and laws in your state? Let's start there.
Yeah, that's really a good place to start.
The only thing, and I would love for someone who's a little bit smarter than me to actually to correct me if I'm wrong on this, but the only thing keeping California afloat at this point is Silicon Valley.
Yeah. Well, and Hollywood. Hollywood is too.
Well, but maybe. But no, not really, because they turn around. What are they doing? Why do you think all the stars are complaining about the Georgia heartbeat bill and stuff like that? Because they're going to other states to do the filming. That's just where they hold the headquarters. Eventually, they would just move Hollywood out.
Yes.
The only thing that is legit keeping California afloat, in my humble opinion, is Silicon Valley. And if these guys would get their heads out of their asses and go elsewhere to places that are cheaper, they're actually welcome to, California would dry up and die.
Well, it wouldn't dry up. It would, break apart into the ocean.
Well, no, it would dry up because it's gone into drought situations so bad because every year they're constantly having forest fires. Why are they having forest fires? Because they're not allowed to collect and reuse rainwater. They won't turn around and build reservoirs to save it, to turn around and use it for anything. They won't do everything like it's supposed to. No. It's all about saving the environment. And so they don't do anything. And they try to get they get in their hands and stuff. They dabble and they touch and they move. And then when everything goes to hell, they go, oh, dear God, it's global warming. No, you touched it. Don't touch.
You touched it. You're the problem. Stop Joe Biden.
That section of the earth has been doing fine.
Until you touched it.
Yes, and then you came along and screwed it up.
Rough Roads Ahead said California's plan to deal with the homelessness, bus them to Oregon. Except for they don't like buses because buses emit too many of the CO2s.
Yeah, come on, man.
I mean, what are you going to do? You can't have that many buses. What are you going to do?
They can't walk because then it's a caravan.
It is. It's the caravan, and that would be bad. Nobody wants a caravan. But
caravan.
Let's get to it. Here's your bell count for Thursday.
Good evening, Mojo 50.
I'm Leprechaun, and here with your bell count grade for the day. Today we had 11 missed innuendo bells, 105 actual bells, 14 horns, 7 creepy Uncle Joes, and 3 AOCs. Giving us a grade of A for the day. Peace out. Happy Memorial Day, y'all.
There you go. Now, I will say this. Both Rocky with an I and Zig the Trucking Gator hate the fact that they now have the J.G. Wentworth song stuck in their head, and I love it.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. I am not ashamed. Check us out, DOAShow.com, mojo50.com. We'll see you tomorrow night. Later.
Bye, y'all.